May I?
May I borrow your pen? May I borrow your pen?
May I?
May I join you for coffee? May I join you for coffee?
May I?
May I ask you a question? May I ask you a question?
May I?
May I take a picture with you? May I take a picture with you?
May I?
May I sit next to you? May I sit next to you?
May I?
May I invite you to my party? May I invite you to my party?
May I?
May I lend you a hand? May I lend you a hand?
May I?
May I share my thoughts with you? May I share my thoughts with you?
May I?
May I walk you home? May I walk you home?
May I?
May I try on this jacket? May I try on this jacket?
May I?
May I help you with that? May I help you with that?
May I?
May I have a moment of your time? May I have a moment of your time?
May I?
May I suggest a movie? May I suggest a movie?
May I?
May I have a glass of water? May I have a glass of water?
May I?
May I take a break? May I take a break?
May I?
May I pick your brain? May I pick your brain?
May I?
May I help you carry that? May I help you carry that?
May I?
May I get your opinion? May I get your opinion?
May I?
May I have some quiet time? May I have some quiet time?
May I?
May I bring you something? May I bring you something?
May I?
May I send you a message? May I send you a message?
May I?
May I show you something cool? May I show you something cool?
May I?
May I update you on this? May I update you on this?
May I?
May I give you a ride? May I give you a ride?
May I?
May I teach you something? May I teach you something?
May I?
May I treat you to lunch? May I treat you to lunch?
May I?
May I join your group? May I join your group?
May I?
May I recommend a book? May I recommend a book?
May I?
May I cheer you up? May I cheer you up?
May I?
May I talk to you later? May I talk to you later?